Wow. I'm 48 years old. May 14, I'll be 49. I've been in so many different genres. I've been a ballet dancer professionally, MC, rapper, dance teacher. So many different things I've done. And I'm now involved in a movement where we're supposed to help each other. And I don't know what to do because 22 million people have anger issues in America. And this kind of anger, it's almost like you can't resolve it because it becomes an addiction. And it seems to be the easiest thing to do. I've been angry, of course. It seems to be the easiest thing to do when you don't want to deal with your issues. You know what I'm saying? The pain that we have. And I have compassion for that. But I got verbally assaulted by my boss, who I helped get the position, from firing another boss who was verbally assaulting people. So now I don't even know if the job I have right now has love for me, when I'm told that it does. I've been working with this job for about a year in Iowa City, cleaning the city, talking to the homeless, doing hospitality, getting compliments. The whole team is good. We're cleaning the city like never before. People are happy with it. The mayor even came and gave us love. But it doesn't seem to be good enough because my boss had a bad day. And in that bad day, I had to get burned. What's up, Raina? So what was strange about the burning that I had to receive and the verbal assault was that I was trying to calm down the boss, in which this boss spit a freestyle rap for me a few days ago. He's a rapper, and it was good. I asked him, hey man, I want to hear your stuff. He also put me in his truck one day and played his rap album, which I figured we were bonding. But to go from that to sitting in the office on a 15-minute break to have this energy come in and just break me down. And the reason was this. We so-called have other coworkers who aren't doing good enough, which is not true. It's life gets in the way. I'm working with people who've been to jail, right? Who are schizophrenic, compassion, crystal meth addicts, recovering, doing their best, sexually abused victims. I mean, I'm working with these kinds of people who've lost their husbands to gang violence. I know a woman right now I'm working with. Her husband was shot in the brain twice, dead. And now her kids are still holding on. And the son is apparently very angry because daddy's dead. And she has 3 kids to raise. Chicago style, you know what I mean? Chicago is a very intense place. So I'm working with these kinds of people. And it's beautiful, but it can be complicated. You know, I don't really have those backgrounds, but I understand them and I can speak to people on any level. So it's confusing to be yelled at when you help someone get to the place they're at, making more money. It blows my mind. And every time I tried to calm the person down, I was like, hey man, I don't want to argue. I'm exhausted. If I made a mistake, I'm sorry. I get it. But I come to work every day with chronic pain. I don't complain. I've been late twice in a year. And I go out in the street. I know everyone in Iowa. They all like my work. Even my boss has told me that he values me, likes my work, wants me to actually keep my job, but wants to use me as a punching bag when he's having a bad day. Wow. My other job, I was fired unjustly because I was doing unique things outside the box and I couldn't get unemployment. For 6 years, I worked at that place. I still shop there. I told y'all the story about it. It's a pattern. My mother as well loved me, helped me get my dance career, fed me, right? Gave me a house, but beat the crap out of me and would yell at me and verbally assault me and then love me. So I'm kind of confused. What this does to someone is it creates a problem in the of processing where you are, and you feel nervous, and it can create trauma and mental health issues within me, where now I'm afraid to even go to work because I don't know what's going to happen. The company is doing great. The city loves us. But my boss had a bad day and complained about other coworkers, which is inappropriate. My boss complained about his wife in front of me on the clock, like, oh yeah, my wife tells me that I give more attention to my coworkers than her. I'm like, in my mind thinking, that's between you and her, and I don't know her side. And based on the temper that I saw with this man, the anger, I'm taking her side. This wife that he complained about came to the office on his birthday, he's an Aries, and brought him cake with his son and fed us all. So after I was verbally assaulted, I was trying to leave the situation. Here's where it gets weird. He got more angry at me for wanting to calm him down so I could just talk to him. So I said, bro, I'm going to leave now and go back to work. I understand I made a mistake. So my mistake was this. This is what my mistake. I had 2 mistakes. No problem. First mistake, I took my break too early, apparently. 8 o'clock. I didn't know 9 o'clock was the window. I was told with my chronic pain, I can take extra breaks. This guy told me this. But it was 1 break. It wasn't an extra one. I just wanted to do it earlier to recharge, to go back out and do my job. So it's wild. And he kept cursing at me. And I said, sir, why are you cursing? And then he would get more angry when I was just trying to talk. So I left the office. I said, sir, I'm going to defend myself if someone's yelling at me. And you're yelling at me. I've been trying to calm you down, but I'm going to leave now because you're angry and it's making me nervous. The second mistake that I made, I didn't tuck my shirt in my pants. It's a part of the rule. No problem. I clean trash. I push machines. The shirt comes out. I didn't know. Could someone have told me that and said, hey, man, what up, Lev DeRossi? Could someone at my job say, hey, Jay, your shirt's not in? But mind you, when I tuck in my shirt, it hurts my hip, my chronic pain. My hip is inflamed. Like these people think they have no idea what I'm going through because I don't want to talk about it. But my left hip is this big. So if I stuff more stuff in there, it makes it hard to move. So you would think if I'm a good worker, regardless, that you'd have compassion. But I made a mistake. So 2 mistakes. I got cursed at for that. So I tried to walk away. He goes, come back here. I said, no, I will not come back here. I'm going to do my job, sir. Wouldn't you respect that? As a boss? A slave driver? He goes, Jay, then go home. I'm like, whoa, now you're messing with my money. So I go back in the office. I clock out. I'm like, whatever. And my chronic pain was off the charts. Didn't care. He knows all about it. I've told him about the abuse I went through with my mother and that I have abandonment issues because my dad left me young and my mom left me older. And so for me, I get nervous. It's hard to trust. When something is weird, I can freak out. Not like freak out intensely, but I get nervous. So he knows this about me. So I clock out. What does he want to do? He comes back at me, and now he wants to just vent about 3 coworkers who aren't doing good enough in his opinion. I had to sit down and beg him, basically, to keep me on the clock. I said, sir, you have to understand, I helped you get this position. I helped you get where you are. Do you remember that, sir? Why would you be mad at me? I said, sir, I feel so uncomfortable right now. I want to cry. A real man will cry. No problem. A warrior cries. And he kind of heard me, still angry, but now he wasn't angry at me. He's angry at the other coworkers and his wife. Basically, he's not happily married. So that's my fault. So I sat there. I took it. Just wanting to go to work. I listened to him go on and on, ranting and raving. And I had to go back to work with my heart like this. I did it. Did a very good job, actually. I made sure to document on my work, like I always do. Then we get a call on the radio. We have walkies. He goes, hey, we're going to buy pizza for everybody. So this is his way of saying sorry. I guess. I said, cool. He said, Jay, what kind of pizza you want? I mean, I wanted an apology. Like, can you imagine? This is like this. It's like this. It's like you're in a relationship with someone and they punch you in the face, right? And you're like confused. And then an hour later, they're like, hey, you want to go to McDonald's? I'll buy. And if you eat that, of course, you'd be like, okay, while you're icing your face. But you didn't get an apology. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll take a veggie pizza, no cheese. I had to play the game. I go back to work for lunch. What is he doing in the office but making jokes about his wife? Saying things like this. And it was inappropriate. Man, I got to get a divorce. I want to be a bachelor again. This married life. And I'm like, in front of all of us. And we met his wife and his kid on his birthday. That is not fair to the wife. And he was laughing, making jokes. I've seen him actually, and this is inappropriate behavior. Before he became the boss I helped him become, I've actually witnessed him hollering at a girl that I knew. I used to be a cashier for. He was like, hey, woman. I saw him do that. But that didn't happen, right? There's no proof. But I saw that. I was like, interesting. And she kept on walking and was uncomfortable. So this guy, I don't know. He's a brother from Chicago. I am battling more people. I seem to have a problem with just showing up. I show up, I sign up for a gig, I put 100% in no matter what, and I get hated on it. Every job I've ever had, always something going on. I mean, y'all can relate. Anger issues. So yeah, Raina, he just yelled at me because I didn't tuck in my shirt, professional, and I took an early break, which I didn't know was 9 o'clock. And I was told I could have more breaks if I needed for my pain. But it wasn't about that. It wasn't really about that. It's about the wife and the coworkers who so-called aren't doing good enough because they're not coming to work. They're calling a lot of days off. Well, it's called life. That's their issue. You don't talk about your other coworkers to me. So now I have to go and tell the coworker what he said. You call me a snitch, I don't care. So I've told 2 people already what he said. One is really angry about it. The other one's kind of chill. He's only 18, doesn't really care. He's cool, good kid. This kid has, let's just say, a considerable amount of money saved from a side gig, if you know what I'm saying. He's a smart kid. So he's good. But I'm not. I need to work, sadly, and be a slave. So my point is this. The day before he yelled at me like this and cursed at me, I did a video where I said, I want to work on my anger with trolls. and work on cursing. I want to go on a fast, an anger fast and a cursing fast. Why not? I've never done this. And whenever I say I'm going to do it, I slip up. So it's a good challenge. Now, ironically, the next day, I get attacked. Who would that be? The creator? Of course. And I knew this. It was a spiritual thing too. That's why I was ready for him. And I just sat there looking at him, and I'm like, sir, why are you cursing? I said, brother, can I just talk to you? Shut up. Basically, he was like just cutting me off. And I'm like, wow. This is the guy who freestyle rapped for me and played his rap album and laughs and jokes around with me. This is the one who says, hey, Jay, you got a lot of great energy. You know, you could be great for outreach. Jay, man, we love you in this place. To go to F you because I'm having a bad day. I have a bad day every second with pain. And I don't complain. I never take it out on anyone. It can be socially awkward if someone is coming at me and they want to be all happy because they're seeing me and I'm not in that place. I will not act for you. I will give you what I look like. And if I feel okay, I will show you that version of Jay. So I'm very confused with what to do here. I've called the vice president because I was assaulted verbally. This number was available to us, and she told us, call me if anything happens. I've called her, and, it's kind of hard to reach her. She called me back one time. I got to be patient, but, the vice president and my boss are very close now. I actually had to speak to the vice president of my company about the other boss. Excuse me, I just heard an engine. With chronic pain, a loud engine makes me nervous. I've got to breathe. Now, I talked to the vice president about what happened with the other boss because I recorded a video of him saying to a woman on the phone, go kill yourself and F you. Wow. So she knows that I'm not about just complaining, right, and whining and making people's lives harder. I'm only going to call you when it's a red alert. I was assaulted verbally. And I was almost denied my paycheck over other people's stuff, not my shirt being not tucked in. That's not enough because I do my job well. Or taking an earlier break. It's not enough. You just discipline me calmly and say, hey, 9 o'clock is the break. And Jay, I got to keep reminding you, tuck your shirt in. We're good. I'm 48 years old. But I can't guarantee it's going to always stay tucked in because I'm pushing heavy machines. And when you're moving, things come out. So I guess I can't do that. I have to shove it all the way in my crotch, in my bum, and put the belt buckle on the last button and not breathe like a garter belt, right? And just walk around like it's the military now. He was yelling at me like it was a Marine Corps. And this guy is not military. The other boss was. Are you kidding me? They don't even make school children tuck their shirts in. Of course not. It's ridiculous. Now, it is a part of it's in the contract, but it's not that deep. And there's not one person on the street that will look at any one of us. All of us have our shirts out. And by the way, my boss, before he became a boss, he would have his shirt out all the time. Yep. I'd watch him. Interesting. But now he's the boss. I helped him get there. But now he's going to punch me in my face. So, I have experienced this kind of energy also in the truth movement, where it should be about, hey man, what you got to offer? What do you know? Got a solution? You want to get organized and meet and actually do something? Or are we going to do videos only? Cool. And just talk and share pictures of the Illuminati and flat earth and raw food and astrology. These are all great things, but that is not going to fix where we are. There must be action. I don't know. I've had so many jobs. I've had to play so many different characters. It's exhausting to even think about it right now. And thinking about getting another job, I've worked hard. I've made a very good name for myself in this job, only in 1 year. They all know my first name on the street. The homeless people, all of them. Are you kidding me? Wow. And this is the thanks I get. Oh, I got pizza. Domino's pizza. Yeah. Thank God I have self-esteem. These individuals that yell at me have no idea how much pain I go through at home and how many dark thoughts I have. They have no idea. It's frustrating to see people walking and you can't. Excuse me. Wow. Om Namah Shivaya. It's frustrating to see people run and jump, and you can't do that. But I do my job. Wow. It's amazing. So I don't know what to say at this point. I almost want to end the live, actually, because I feel like, what's the point? You know, I did an orb video today. It was great. I had a great workout on the stairs in my hands. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta say you don't know, and that makes you a genius. I don't know who we are. And my boss is a flat earther who yelled at me. Can you believe that? He's a flat earther like me. And he and I have spoken truth. He knows all about Freemasons. He's well versed in Hebrew. I still can't believe it. That's where we are today. So, regardless of what we might be good at or think we know, the anger that we have is the demon, is the Illuminati, is the reptilian, is the blood drinker. The anger, the side of you that snapped because I might have said something or expressed in a certain way, something that you didn't know, or I do something with my lifestyle that you don't agree with. I have had cops called on me once again going outside. I try to go outside during my half-hour break. I clocked out, so I'm off the clock. I am now a pedestrian. This happened to me from my boss, who's a flat earther, who assaulted me. Last week, I'm on the rocks on my back with my eyes closed, minding my business. On a bed of rocks, near a sidewalk, chilling out in the sun. I had one guy, hey, are you okay? Like yelling at me. And I said, yeah, I'm okay. I had my shirt tucked, part of my shirt like folded. I had my shoes neatly placed. It didn't look like I was someone who was like disheveled. I was totally in meditation mode, trying to get my body ready for work because I was in pain. And I don't know what to do because it won't go away. And I'm not going to a doctor. Y'all know that. Most of my pain is from the doctor and scar tissue from surgery. My boss rolls up in a truck and yells at me and embarrasses me and says, what the hell are you doing? You half naked and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, wow. I said, sir, I'm on a half-hour break. I've clocked out. To my understanding, I should have the freedom. And he cut me off. he's like, yeah, but we have all eyes on us right now and all this stuff. And I said, sir, I'm not in my uniform. What are you worried about? It's a good point. But everybody knows you, though. And he wanted to keep going and going. And I just watched him yell. And I talked him finally to be calm. And you know what I found out again? It was because of the stressful marriage. I can tell. But Jay had to get beaten up outside and embarrassed for sunbathing. Wow. I deserve that. I don't want to think of dancing. That makes me more sad, actually. But thank you, Raina. Thinking of dance makes me even more frustrated. I'm proud of my career. I had a great one. But no. And but thank you, Raina. I appreciate that. Another issue I have is I call it being bodied. What up, another amazing creation? This happens to me all the time. I was sitting on a bench trying to like chill out and get my body ready. And I always feel embarrassed because I want to walk, I want to work. But when it hurts so bad, what am I going to do? So I sat down for a second in my uniform. We can't do that apparently. But I was like, listen, I'm human, man. Just a few minutes, right? Just wanted a few minutes. Because it was so bad, this kind of thought. I won't do that, but it's that bad. And I saw a family that I knew when I was a cashier at my other job. And I saw their child. I was like, oh my gosh, you're getting so big. And everything was positive. The mother walks up to me. I notice you have a limp. Are you okay? I said, no, I'm not okay. And I said to her, actually, do you notice the chemtrails in the sky? I said that to her. She goes, yeah. It was really creepy. Her whole demeanor was creepy. Like her eyes, no judgment, but there was nothing going on. And she goes, oh, that sucks. And I'm like, words of encouragement. I said, everyone looks at my body for some reason. I told her this. I didn't get mad. And she goes, well, you were walking in your uniform and you were pushing your little wagon there. And we noticed. So she was making it okay in her mind because I'm out in public. And technically we have freedom of speech, but there should be boundaries. For example, female, right? I can't go and say, wow, you have some small breasts. Why do you have small? How would she feel? And she was fat, nothing personal. Unhealthy, I could tell. Could see the coloring in her eyes, nothing personal. Worrying about my limp, saying that my life sucks. The last thing I needed to hear was that. You know what I'm trying to say? But I didn't get mad. It's very frustrating to have someone just dump all that on you. And then now you're an animal. You're a broken thing floating around. Well, thank God I watch the sun, and thank God I watch the moon, and thank God I have orbs. Thank God I have a good chat room. Thank God I do a lot of earthing. Thank God, because I would not be on this planet. Absolutely, I would end it. If I did not, let's just say, have my awakening, I would not be here. How people treat people. And we all know this. But a lot of us run from it. We think it's great. We're always doing good. Everything's great. But you're not. There's roadkill that we walk by. Every time you hit an animal, okay, you have road rage, anger. When you hit an animal, it's a constellation. It's not to make you feel bad. It was an accident, I'm sure. But to just walk by a rabbit with its guts out, whew, I'm emotional today. I mean, I saw a rabbit like with its whole body just like out. And the poor thing was going to get smashed some more. And I mean, I do this all the time. It's exhausting, but I don't do it to be like, better than somebody else. It's just like, it's called respect. I love rabbits. They're adorable. To see its guts out and it's just smushed, the poor thing. I love Bugs Bunny. Like, I mean, how could you leave it there? That's the world we live in today. How could you do that? So I took that rabbit and the guts were coming out, and to feel that. Wow. These tears are more for that rabbit, actually, not even for anything else. What that must have felt like. When I see birds trapped in a building and they're trying to get out and they keep hitting windows and they break their neck. And you open the door, because I clean parking lots and staircases, and you open the door and you make noises and they're so confused and they keep hitting the window. How does that feel? That should make me angry. Instead, it gives me the side of Venus of sorrow. Venus, all Taurus signs, all Venus signs are very sensitive. Doesn't make you weak or depressed because you cry. It makes you human, man. And then it shows you what you're made of, water. You're not made of bones only. You're made mostly of water and light. So when you're crying, you are showing what you're made of and what the earth is made of. I've had to like take so many dead birds. I have at least 4 in my freezer. Some can find that weird. I don't care. What's taxidermy? You kill an animal, you pull the guts out, you put it on your wall, right? You think it's cool. Jesus. Have a deer head looking at me. When I was a dance teacher, I was staying at someone's house, beautiful like cabin house. And I went in the room and there was this deer looking at me in the wall. I was just like, my God, I wanted to throw up. It just scared the hell out of me. No judgment. I get it. It's a culture thing, but it scared the hell out of me and it was uncomfortable. I had to sleep with a deer looking at me that was dead. And these are Christians. Could be Muslim. Could be Jews. Maybe even Hindus do stuff like this too. Not all, but we're not really walking the path. So I have birds in my freezer. Why? What did Egypt do with a dead body but put it in, mummify it? Preserve the body as a temple. You understand me? For energy, if you do it correctly. So these birds died before their time. So my theory is, if I keep them in my freezer for a certain amount of time, they're getting a chance to still live around someone who understands that they should have lived and fly and mate or fight over food or have the little hunter come get them, the hawks, you know. But that's been messed up by buildings and man-made things. Back to your corporate world, angry bosses, road rage, angry truthers. I've been angry on my lives, of course. Why have I been cursing and angry anyways? I'm going to change that. Why? I'm frustrated because I can see the solution. I can see the unity. I can see how your culture and this culture and that religion, I can put it all together in 1 minute. That's what I'm known to do. And I can show you orbs, what you look like when you die. I can sit in my apartment and Venus, it happened today. I saw a crescent moon orb fly over my head speaking about the Bible and contradictions. Oh, thank you. Amazing creation. What up, Gregory? When you cry, you show what the earth is made of. Yeah. How many of your truthers will cry in front of you and show sadness? I've cried a few times in my lives. There's a Shiva mantra. Oh, gosh. I'm going to put it in the chat room. I can't play it because it will copyright. Give me a second. When you hear this, you're going to cry. I mean, I guarantee you. And thank God for Shiva. Absolutely. And thank God for my chat room and earth and animals. And thank God for anger. Just is nothing to, what can you do? All right, let me find it. Yes. You know what? I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna sacrifice my live a little bit, and it's gonna be restricted in certain places. But I'm going to play. Actually, you know what? No, they might take it. They might take this live down if I do that, though, because YouTube has deleted some of my videos for playing music or saying something against the VACCINE. You know what I'm saying. So you don't have freedom of speech. Another reason to be angry. It's ridiculous. I mean, there really is. Okay, here's the link. Oh, no, I know it's what I said. I'm just grateful that you actually appreciate that, because I blow my own mind with the way Venus works through me. And I always give credit to Venus. Venus is also a sorrowful star. Venus gets raped, kidnapped, take your pick. She gets cheated on. I mean, lustful. Why is she that way in astrology? How did our ancestors even know the stars have a human kind of thing going on and issues and emotions? How did your ancestors figure that out? Angry for what? Figure it out. How? Did we used to have a mind? Sorry, it's chronic pain making me a bit loopy here. I don't care what anyone thinks really anymore. My chat room's cool, but I'm a bit off because of pain. But I'm going to show you the pain with no ibuprofen. That makes me a real gangster. We should be looking into how our ancestors associated emotions, stories, and characters with constellations. Who's the angry god? Kronos. There are angry versions of Shiva, but it's a different kind of anger. Give me a second here. Lord have mercy. One day I will be able to get up and just walk. Like, even getting up and doing that takes a lot of energy. Whew, wow. I'm not complaining. I have faith. I'll be honest, I'm almost giving up hope, not because of nature and all that stuff. It's humans, man. It's really intimidating and hard to fit in here. But thank you for your positivity, chat room. It's actually making me feel better. So I am nothing without you guys. I've even gotten angry at some of my chat room people. This happens. Misunderstandings. This makes us human. This makes us better people. But I'm aware of my stuff. You see, my boss doesn't want to apologize for stuff. When my boss verbally assaulted me, his way of saying sorry was, I'm going to buy you Domino's pizza and GMO food, which I ate. Pardon me. I ate the poison. And now why'd I do that? If you research Shiva, Shiva is known to drink poison and alchemize the things you call toxic. That's why Shiva also was kind of looked down upon by other Hindus. He's the rock star. He's the bad ASS. Okay? Yeah, the bad boy. But why is he able to alchemize toxic energy and drink poison and not die? Where is he located? Mount Kailash, where it's cold. When a body's dead and you freeze it, like my birds in the freezer, it preserves the body. If you can hang out in extreme cold and not die, be careful if you try this, you'll become a rock star. Yes. Think about it. You can train yourself to survive in extreme heat and cold. If you breathe the right way, don't eat too much, and sit lotus, yes, and just chill. You can definitely handle that. So, these are basically pacifiers. Any smokers? Doesn't matter what you're smoking. It's a symbol of your mama's nipple, isn't it? Wonderful. Don't judge yourself for smoking. It's toxic. But so are the chemtrails that are coming in my window right now. But my orbs alchemize that and still appear even on a cloudy day with no light. I'm sitting over here and then angry for what? Why do I care about my lymph? Because everyone else does. I wouldn't care so much, but it makes others uncomfortable and they want to analyze me. When they have no solution, again, and they're out of shape, we love you, and they're unhealthy. It's like me looking at your food, right? And I don't agree with that. And I'm like, oh, that pork is bad for your blood pressure. You know that, right? I'm pretty sure you find that rude. You're trying to enjoy yourself. So I should leave you alone, right? What's more important, my lymph or your blood pressure? Bars. But we can't go there. Protein. Angry people. Your anger is your Anglo-Saxon is your anger. Is your angle is your angel, honey. What is your fairy tale? It's your bum bum. Do you talk S-H-I-T? Huh. Interesting. Are you fair skinned? Do you pay a fare? Did you go to the fair? Are you unfair? Fairy. Anger. Angel. William is Bill. You must dance through the anger. Everyone is missing the nipple of their mother. Everyone has mama issues. My boss, I have compassion for him. He told all of us this. And by the way, my boss, mostly we get along, which is why being verbally assaulted, like I thought he was going to punch me. And I know when someone is that mad, and it was not necessary. It was inappropriate what he did to me. Considering how much pain I'm in already, and I'm already in trauma, and you're yelling at me now. But he told us all that his mom died the first day that he came to work with this company a year ago. He had his mom die in his arms. Compassion. However, right? Have you dealt with that the right way? How do you deal with that? Here's how we deal with that. First of all, the only time I feel it's appropriate to look at someone's body in a certain way is when they attack you and when they're angry. So you can do some homework as to what's making them that way. Because that ain't them. They're an orb. They're not the body. The belly. It's simple. No judgment, we love you. What are you eating? Domino's Pizza, my boss. He loves the Philly cheesesteak version. This guy actually, listen, he's woke like deeply. He's told me that he thinks that biting the apple, Adam and Eve, isn't the orgasm. It's that you don't eat the animal. You respect the animal, and that meat eating is sorcery. And he even admitted that he said, even I myself am stuck in the sorcery of the meat eating, and I will probably go and eat some beef. But I know it's wrong. Wow. Are you kidding me? He said this in front of all of us. This guy is like, got some deep stuff. You feel me? My boss. I'm like, wow. So I'm thinking it's going to work out. But no, boom, having a bad day. Raw Zen, JHE, rah. Aries against Taurus. Yes, of course. He did. But Raina, do you think that that helped him, though? After what I told you, the way he's behaving now, his trying to bond through the trauma, do you feel like he's doing the right things to handle that? Or is he kind of being reckless with his diet? No judgment. He knows he's microwaving his food too. All of them do. I don't judge. But people, you have to be careful. It will affect your trauma body because that's trauma. That's radiation. And then you have the food and plastic, and then you're zapping all the minerals out. And there you are, just eating away your pain with more pain, is my point. So you're stuffing yourself like a turkey. And then when you're having a bad day, I'm going to get beheaded, not the one you're mad at, the good guy, the one coming in with a limp, making a difference, being positive, right? Bonding with you, giving a damn. Damn isn't a curse. It's a beaver in a river. We're good. Interesting, right? Well, that would be the Mahabharata. Olives. Oh my God, it's so good. The Mahabharata is about that. I had an aha moment. All the mythology is about war and having to, get up and fight and do stuff. Is you fighting yourself or reflections of you, and how do you deal with that? How do you win a war that you're partially responsible for? Because it's you against you, a human. Yeah. Orbs don't fight. They float, express, they bounce, they shapeshift. It's incredible when I see them. I'm like, can I just be that right now? I've even asked Venus. I said, Venus, please. I have orbs in my face. Look, they're like popping out. You can see them. It could be a skin thing because I drink borax, the powder to remove heavy metals, so my skin can get a bit flaky, parasite removing. However, if you look carefully, you can see them. They're like little circles. They're in me because they've come out of my mouth still, or my face. Not bragging, but I'm just noticing that I'm becoming an orb. My theory is this: as I get older, they're going to get bigger. And I'm praying to God that my death, it's inevitable, will be, I float and become one of them in front of people. Like the heart stops, and then my body just transforms. And then I'm going to come and visit you with your phone and your recording. And there's Jay. And now you are talking about me, maybe. That's where I'm going here. Anger, why? It's my lip a dipping. What is my lip? What does that mean, Raina? Sorry, I'm confused. Thank you for the comment. Okay. And anything I'm saying right here is not to judge and to, be rude about it. That's them. I mean, they have the right to do what they want. I'm doing what I want. The problem is when Jay wants to do Jay and not bother nobody, they come bother me. And when you keep doing that, if you know Shiva gets mad. This is a yogi, supreme, infinite, shapeless, formless, with some kind of a drawing in a body, but it's a woman and a man, Shakti and Shiva. But he gets pissed off. Now, let's get into anger and what the Hulk is. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I loved that show when I was a kid. I used to get bullied all the time because I'm a dancer. I was called gay, the F word. I'd get punched. I'd get teased. But I kept going. I'd cry, keep dancing, and I became one of the best in the world. Then I got injured, and now I'm useless, so-called. I am not useless. Let's get into the Hulk. Where did that come from? You've all heard of Sita, the goddess Sita, okay? One of Shiva's women, right? Oh, manipulate. Yeah. It's a very important, totally cool. The most important story about Shiva, in my opinion, is this one. Because it shows you that, okay, those who are doing yoga and you are doing it to only find peace is great. To get in shape is great, right? To experience the divine, wonderful. But there's way more going on with yoga than just that. Because you have a pose called Warrior 1, Warrior 2. What is that? That's an angry thing. Why? But what kind is it? Shiva has a woman known as Sita. Anger. Sita comes from a royal family. Okay? Of the elite. Clean. Living in a palace with pillars. Shiva is outside in a mountain, naked, basically, doing this, hanging out with demons and angels, minding his business. Doesn't wash, doesn't clean himself, just the rugged one, the bad boy, right? But Sita is a daughter of a royal family. Okay? But Sita is Shakti. But Sita has amnesia and doesn't know she's Shakti because she incarnates for a reason as a human into a royal family. Now, interesting. For some reason, Sita starts to feel something and she starts to see Shiva in her mind because she's Shakti. Starts to wake up. Like, who is that? I'm drawn to this man. And she just wants to be with him. And of course, she falls in love with him. She goes to the mountain. And they become lovers, Shakti and Shiva. Sita goes back to her family to tell the family who she's in love with. What do you think happens? The father says, that one is ghetto, basically. That one is homeless, right? Low level, right? Basically, you can't marry him. If you do, I'm going to disown you. He's disgusting. He hangs out with skulls. He puts ash on his body from dead bodies for a reason, for ascension and alchemy. It's a great story. So Sita's like, what? No, I love this man. He's great. He's a genius, does incredible things, is loving, has an incredible bull called Nandi that is all about love and helps me out. I love this guy. I want to marry him. Interesting. So the father goes, okay, cool. No problem. This is wicked. What do? They tease Sita. They trick her. So they set up this marriage. And they have a statue of Shiva looking all insulting, like ugly and awkward to insult Shiva. And she comes to see this. She's like, what are you doing? This is my love, and you're insulting the Most High and Mahadev, one of the three, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. She's like, how dare you do that? And the father goes, whatever. He's a piece of you know what. I told you, like, we don't give a what about this guy. He ain't nothing. She goes, really? I'm going to burn myself to death in front of you then. Wow. And she kills herself. Shiva goes nuts. He's like, where is she? She hasn't come back in a while. Where is Sita? And they're like, Shiva, we have bad news. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, just relax. She's dead. Goes, what? How? They tell him how. He goes down to the royal family and he murders everybody. And I mean, he gets so angry, he manifests demons that are the size of the Twin Towers. They just destroy the royal army and kill thousands of people with the anger of Shiva. After all the killing, Shiva goes, wow, what have I done? What have I done? I shouldn't have done that. I got to go back to meditation, which means even your most supreme yogi lost it and hurt people and went back to square one. Woo! And shouldn't have had to, Because this one is the most high, one of the three. Like your Father, Son, Holy Spirit? Are you kidding me? So my point is this. There is hope for your anger. You're going to get mad. You're going to have a bad day. Okay? What do you do in that bad day? Do you take it out on someone? Is this the answer? Or do you reflect before you go into a building? Do you reflect, look at yourself and say, wait a minute, I'm in a state right now. I want to kill stuff mentally. I want to kill someone's spirit and break them down. But do I really want to do that? Because I'm a flat earther. I'm woke. I know some Hebrew. I know about chemtrails and Freemasonry. My boss, beautiful man. I'm a good rapper. I'm a big boss now. Think. You just go in the building. Rah, kamikaze. What happened? Who burned your Sita? It's your mama. Not your literal mama. All mothers and fathers and us will die one day. And we're going to die unnaturally because we're not being given the right food. We're given medication. The news is now talking about the vaccine causing inflammation of the heart for the COVID. Mainstream news is now telling you, whoops, but we have a pill for that. High blood pressure makes you angry. My boss, definitely, he has a belly, unhealthy. We get it. It's okay. He knows. He's eating himself to death. What do you think that food is going to do for your pain, your trauma, your anger? You're feeding it more, right? You got to go back to square one like Shiva. Go back to square one. Backflipping. Australia just erected a massive statue of an India goddess in Western Sydney. Well done. God bless Australia, or Ostara, or Venus. Australia is the land of Venus. Australia, Ostara, is Easter. Of course. Australians, New Zealand people, always jovial. Whenever I meet, always chill. Great people. Of course, there's bad and evil people everywhere you go. But generally, most Aussies that I've met and New Zealand people, chill, getting it done. Good eye, doing the thing. I mean, why? Go to Australia. It's mostly land and nature there. Deserts and dirt and trees and land, man. Not a lot of buildings. You can go to places in Australia and New Zealand where it's just hills and mountains and waters and aborigines and tribes of people. Okay. If you're raised seeing this, you're going to be chill. Beaches, right? Okay. Where's the beach within you? Where's the land within you? Where's the mountain within you? Before you get mad. Even me. Where is it? Is it only outside? Or do you have that within you? Because you're looking at a twin. You're looking at yourself. Your land is you. This land is your land. This land is my land. No, it's not. It's our land. They tricked you with that song. This land is your land. This land is my land. How many of us get angry and kill over land? Happens today. The British family owns about 80% of all your land. So if you want to do off-grid, that's cute. You want to be a hippie? No problem. You're still being monitored, do you understand me? And owned. Trust me. They have it sewn. Who's they? Not human, the dark orb people. And they're supposed to be here. The yin to your yang. But do you understand how to balance your yin and yang? How do you do that? They're not separate. They're together, working together, evil and good, to give a human result. Interesting. Not just good, not just bad. Both. Angry and happy. Interesting. Interesting. What is bipolar? What is Polaris? What's the pole star? Why is it always stationary over the earth if we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, but that one don't move? That would make one angry. Why are you angry? What are you told you're living on? There's questions to your earth. I am married a Kiwi. Oh, wow, I'm psychic. They're great people, man. They're always chill. Very confident. Very confident. Not in an arrogant way. I love it. I'll be real with you. Absolutely. They achieve things. Don't talk too much trash, actually, about people. I mean, I've met them as dancers. You know, yeah, it's a real thing. I'm like, okay, wow. Something's going on there. Ah, your children are mixed. Perfect, so am I. That's it. Mixed martial arts. Mixed nuts. Variety. Universe is diverse. The verse should be light. The first line of your Bible, not let there be dark and anger. I'm God-fearing. Why are you angry? Because you're God-fearing. I'm going to say it again. If a seed would be afraid of the sun and the moon, it wouldn't grow to a plant. Your gods are lights in the sky because they're over your head and you can't get up there until you leave this. Humble thyself. Bible thumper. Quran thumper. Mahabharata thumper. Ramayana. Talmud thumper. Torah. Easy. But no, we're killing in the name of God. We know this. All the gods. Pakistan and India going at it right now. Nuclear war apparently is threatening now. Okay, like Ukraine and Russia, the same thing. It's all the same stuff. Vietnam, the French and Indian War, right? Ancient India, Buddhists, Hindus were raping, blowing things up back in ancient times too, while building temples out of caves that we can't figure out. But we can figure out their anger and the war energy. Why was that there? Because you're God-fearing. My God. This one saved my life. Well, good for you. Can you save mine and not be arrogant? Can I dance with you and also show you some things you might have missed in your verses? And can we build together humbly? No. What I say is the truth. I'm going to save you. Wow. What is this, Baywatch or a lifeguard? Oh, you live near a beach and a river. Perfect. Duality. Oh, what up, Dean Thanasos? Oh, yeah, you're very chill. America, not so much, right? Why? Why? What's going on? The John Wayne people. I love Paul Hogan. Remember? Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. They love that guy. Even he was happy. That actor. He'd whoop your butt, though. You know what I mean? He'd be like, all right, now it's time for me to whoop your butt. Cut. Wow. If you're out of line. Even in the moments of to be angry, an Aussie will happily whoop thine bum if needed. Wow. But America, let's go, bro. Black culture. What you say, my naga? That's my girl. That's mine. Yeah, bro. Let's go outside. Okay. A little too much of this. We know this. And this. We know this. Angry. Our war memorial is designed for Mars. Ah, the god of war. Of course. How did your ancestors know that Mars is the god of war? It's a red star in the sky that doesn't speak. Or does it? I love seeing smoke because smoke is orbs. When you smoke something, you are singing the thing that makes your body. I used to live around the corner from Nioline Hogan. Is that his daughter or wife? Cool. Love that actor. Good guy. Sure, Hollywood, these people, there's some truth in there. It's how you see the truth. If it makes you angry, you will have to go to square one. Because the anger is the problem. Because the anger is what's being used against you to get you cancer, obese, medicated, right? Get a religion, education, rich, poor, pretty and ugly. Once again, like my man said there, duality. Dual is dual. I challenge you to a duality. Taking how many paces you take, you turn and shoot, the pacemaker. Something is following your beat. Something is following your beatbox. Did you beat it up? Do you beat it? Just beat it? Beat it, scram. Interesting. Why? I'm a reflection of you. Interesting. Back to square one, Earth as the hexahedron in geometry of your 5 platonic solids, the square. You must master your square. It's not easy. It's rigid. It's a bit stiff. It requires a triangle and other shapes to then evolve to the ether, the orb world, where there's no anger, not even happiness, just flow. Flow. Water shows you that. The waves can crash on you and drown you, and you just wanted to go for a swim. Could have been a bad day. A little fishy in there, no likey you. Rah! Be careful. Nature can be angry, but what kind of anger? Doesn't like your energy, or it's hungry. A human. But you love the aquarium love. How about piranhas? Piranhas don't understand yoga, Christian, atheist, agnostic, scientist, truther. No, a piranha understands blood. Rah! We're hungry. Okay? Who made that? Shiva. God. What kind of anger is that? Interesting. And why was it made? To eat you, the most high creation on earth. Not better, but you're an upgrade, but you got things that can rip you apart in 1 second by smelling your blood. Ask questions. Angry for what? Humble thyself. How big is a piranha? Not very big. It can take you out in a second with those teeth. Be careful. You have human piranhas. Or the Purana. Purana. The Shiva Purana. Honey. Sanskrit word. Acknowledging the Vishnu Purana. Meaning the story of, right? The life of. But you can't talk to it. You can't tame it, really. It smells you. It's programmed. Why? Because the same thing that made you. Wow. Humble thyself, right? Bible thunder. I'm going to save you. You're angry. You're a bit stiff. You haven't mastered your square one. And people will be sacrificed and get hurt over that. You will have collateral damage. Oh, ex-wife. Can you find a lady friend near you? Women don't like me. I have fully accepted that. That might sound kind of like I'm being a bit negative. I don't think women like me. I just don't. I have been in so many weird situations with them. Even when I'm like, I get the flow going, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a gentleman and I'm chill, I get burned. Or I get abandoned. I don't know what it is. I am ugly in this reality. It's just, I'm just being real. I am ugly in this reality. I'm not calling myself ugly, but I am ugly in this reality. And I shouldn't have to find. It must come to thee if it's meant to be. When I go to it, it never works out. From my experience. It would help to have a grounded female. I've asked the creator for that several times. And every time one might come around, or if I do my little romantic thing with numerology, and you know what I'm saying? I'm very good at talking and getting things open. It just blows up in my face. So I don't know what that's about. It could be karma from a past life, but I am definitely cursed with women. Pardon me. Jay, turn it on. I am not worthy of women. I had a woman that liked me, actually. She was a woman that came up in here. And this is a good story to talk about. Anger stuff, right? So, and I've mentioned this before. This woman was from England. Never forget this. I'm a cashier, I'm working. I get a phone call. It's this English woman. She goes, "Is your name Jay?" I'm like, "Wow, how do you know me?" "Well, someone who works with you told me to call because you're a dance teacher." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm interested." I said, "Cool." So I taught her dance outside, the 5 elements, the shapes. She didn't get it. She kept doubting herself and asking why we're doing this. And I said, "Don't think it's the 5 elements. You have a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. You are mastering the things that make the universe in you. That's it." And I showed her pictures. She couldn't get it. Zen Buddhist. The reason why she couldn't get it, insecurity. Did not like her own feet. She hates her feet. If you don't walk barefoot and get with Mother Earth and don't like your feet, you're going to have problems processing someone in nature. I'm that guy. So we're hanging out. I'm a dance teacher. I didn't flirt with her at all, just taught her in the summer. But I was noticing some flirting going on from her. She'd punch my shoulder. One time I gave her a hug and she pulled me. And I knew what that meant, but I was having pain and kind of hurt actually because I had chronic pain and I was kind of awkward because I didn't really see her that way at that moment. But I felt it. I knew what it meant. I didn't act on it. She held me and she let me go. But that was a moment where I believe she wanted me to like maybe do something. But no, because I've been burned. I wanted to be patient. But she kept coming back, flirting. And before she had to go to England, she told me this. She goes, "Just want you to know it's very hard not to want to be intimate with you." I'm like, okay. I said, if that's how you feel, act on it. Just speak. You're like 50 years old, almost 60 years old, this woman is. Zen Buddhist, PhD, a healer, a therapist counselor, for God's sake. And I'm teaching her dance, and she wanted me sexually, but didn't know how to communicate. It was so awkward. Wow. So when she said that, I was like, all right. She goes, okay, I'm going to go to England though. And let's just see what happens. Let's see if maybe we can, be partners. We'll see what happens. I wasn't really sure because honestly, I didn't really have the energy because of my pain. So I told her, I said, listen, I spend a lot of time trying to fix my body. I will do my best. So we did the whole like, yeah, Raina, this is a very interesting story. So we did some talking, on video chat. It was kind of awkward because she's not really comfortable in her skin. And I was trying to help her with urine. I got her into urine therapy. She liked it, but stopped because her friend was judging her. I got her into solar gazing, but she gave up on that. Just couldn't keep going. So I was like, all right, cool. Still hated her feet. When the sun was out, she had an umbrella. She comes back to Iowa after England. And she comes in, and I just told her the truth. I said, listen, I told her the truth. I said, it's okay to be horny. I just broke it down. I said, because I know what's up. I know when to be that kind of guy. I'm a gentleman. I said, honey, it's okay to be horny. It's okay to come up in here one day if you want to wear lingerie and dance for me. You don't have to do that. Well, I'm not doing that. I said, I know you're not going to do that. I'm not telling you to do that. But I'm just letting you know that's a part of consciousness. Honesty. If you are attracted to something, it's okay. Just say it. You know what she told me after that? That I objectified her. Okay. I made her uncomfortable. And I said, okay. I said, but you're the one that said it was hard to keep your sexual urges around me. And you bear hugged me one time, wanting me sexually. I know what that was. So I'm like, we have to relax now. Because I wanted to be a dance teacher. You were the one that actually were flirty and wanted me that way. So what that did was it exhausted me, Raina, and I was like, I was so exhausted from that conversation. I said, listen, honey, I don't deserve love, man. I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy. My mom beat the crap out of me. It's obvious. I kind of did that dance with her because I didn't know what else to say. You know what I'm saying? And then she just abandoned me and never came back. Of course. She came to my house for a year, bringing me food. Great person, vegan too, right? Good food, good cook. She made me food, bought me food, flirted with me. And then when I was honest with her, boom, just flies away. Okay? This has happened to me with many kinds of women. So I don't know what's up. I didn't get angry though. I did some lives where I was a bit hot about it, but yes, prick teasing. Absolutely. I seem to attract the prick teaser. So in terms of women, I'm screwed. That was a pun. Now, why am I screwed? Because Jay, you're in a relationship with a woman. Well, who was that? Venus is a jealous star. And when that orb comes, it wants to make sure that I'm there and I ain't got nobody else. And women can sense that. They don't know it, but they're psychic. So when I walk in a room and there's a bunch of grounded females, so-called woke and stuff like that, it's a different level. No ego. I'm like the real deal. Because I have evidence of what you're doing yoga for with orbs and the God stuff and all these chakras. I can show you what that is. Women don't like that. I don't know why. They find it interesting, but it's like intimidating to them when it should be like, wow, this guy, interesting. Nope. I get punished for it. I don't know why. Why? Yeah, Venus is jealous. So I think that Venus is maybe cock blocking. It's not a curse, it's a bird. Anyhow, part of my anger issues are sexual repression and being teased by women in the truth community and the asleep community. I let it go. I don't have the it factor. What is the it factor, Raina? What's the it factor? I'm always an interesting character. Or maybe I'm sexy, but there's something that it's just the it factor. I don't have the it factor. I don't know what the it factor is. I've tried to figure that out. I've played that game of the pickup line kind of, you know what I'm saying? Wearing the clothes, the cologne and all that, you know what I mean? Shaving, looking a little bit more approachable, being chill, a gentleman or whatever. I don't know. I just can't get it. So, that being said, I am committed to Venus. I should be a monk. Actually, I should abstain from sex, probably, because I'm very sexual. Maybe too much. Oh, yeah. I got to work on that because it's a lot. But when you're in pain in your hip, where your crotch is, things happen in your body and it influences you to kind of be a little bit, whoa, by yourself. So I have drained myself. I need to work on myself with that. Because I have drained myself from being teased. My spank bank are all the women that have denied me but wanted me sexually. That is deep. Did you hear what I said to you? My spank bank, thinking of people while you know what? That's frustrating. When you know you could have had it, but you didn't have the it factor or the thing. You just, what is that? That's abusive. And a Zen Buddhist did that to me. Interesting. A peaceful, loving the earth and the animals, right? But hated the sun, hated her feet. She couldn't understand the 5 Platonic solids. I'm like, you have a PhD. Hare Krishna. How can you not see this is what you are? Anyhow, you have to be in tune with one another. I don't even have the tune, Raina. I don't have the tune. I have been in tune. Listen, Raina, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm a poet. I'm a rapper. I tune up. Okay? I know how to tune up. Even that's not good enough. I have been in tune with women so well that I even knew what they were going to say and how they were feeling and what was going on. And it was great to then end up being shamed, burned, teased. It's like medieval torture. What is the tune? I don't know what the tune is today. So I feel like I'm in the wrong era. But it is what it is. I'm here. I'm in the wrong era. It's an era. It's a mistake. But there's a reason why I'm here. It's to show the orbs, not to make a baby. I've already made orbs. So I don't know. What's more powerful? A baby's incredible. It's the most powerful thing you probably could push out your body. But I had a baby come out of my mouth that was a female symbol, Venus, while I was rapping. So maybe women can sense that and they're like, wow, this guy's got too much. I don't know. A lot of these women, anger issues, they have a different kind of anger. This one was angry. And she was hiding behind Zen Buddhism. She had a very dark past. She told me her story. Suicidal, was a drinker. Of course, she had the wrong man in her life, and that's my fault. Right? Of course, it's my fault. And when she met me, the right guy, she didn't know what to do with me. But it's not just her. You woke women too. It's anger issues. Just come out with it. Go to square one. Do what Shiva did. I don't know. What's the point in even speaking about these things? What's the point in going live, right? How many years I've been doing this? Is it making a difference? Sure, I've helped some people. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like getting to a point where I'm like, I just don't know anymore. And that's all right, you know? I'm going to have days like that. This is a simple video. This is just a real video. Nothing too deep. talking about things that everyone can relate to because my views are going to suck. And the person that is popular, who doesn't actually go deep, will be the rock star today and get all the women or the men. But Jay, no. No. I will be denied. Because Venus. So, that's cool. In the universe, I'm getting it on all the time. I consider orbs coming a cosmic orgasm. Because they're like little sperm thingies. You see them. I had a crescent moon-shaped orb flow over my head today when I mentioned Venus. She loves me, so I'm grateful. I am bitter a bit about the human thing, because of course you'd like to find the opposite sex that can help elevate you or calm you down and maybe heal your chronic pain, rub that bad part of your body, not only for sex. I'm looking for a grounded energy. But it's difficult when you can manifest a paranormal spirit out of your body, I guess. That's not accepted. I got people who dig it. On TikTok, they like it a lot. That's cool. It's not enough though. Because they only want entertainment. They don't actually want to get to know me. And that's cool. It's TikTok, right? But it's not only TikTok, it's in real time too. I'll get yelled at for no reason. I will get teased for my limp. I will get teased for being sexy and played with, for being wise and grounded and making connections. I'll get hated on for that. Interesting. So what have I achieved? Disconnect. And when I try to make more connections, the mind control is so bad that even when you're woke, you're still stuck in all the past energy you have and the parasites. You can't hear me. And I'm saying the exact same thing you just said, but in different colors, boo-boo. Isn't that interesting? I'm saying the exact same things you saying, honey, in a different color. And you can't see me. You know what you can see, a lot of you? Your angry past. You're still angry. Now, let's speak about women who are still angry from their ex-boyfriends. That's an interesting anger. Is it not, Raina? We know this. Holding on to the ex. And now you're coming to X, Y, and Z and the alphabet. I have the whole alphabet. I'm the A, B, C, not the X, D. I'm the Z, honey. Can you handle that? Isn't that what you wanted? Isn't it funny that when we get what we want, we still complain, we still hate it, we find a reason to complain about it in America and hurt somebody when you got what you want? You know, suicides are very high for a reason. And I have compassion and I understand why now. And I totally get it, but don't do that. Hang in there. You know, watch things that are different in different cultures. I don't know, go outside, just try to figure out how big this world is and how you fit into that, not the human world. How do you fit in nature? How do you fit with the fish? How do you fit with the squirrel? How do you fit with the bird? How do you fit with your dog? How do you fit with your cat? How do you fit with an insect? Insects crawl all over me when I'm outside, and it feels so good. It's not creepy. They're feeding me. They're around pollen all day, pollinizing. But we have an allergy to pollen? Interesting. Paul, Apollo, St. Paul. Oh yeah, me too, Raina. I mean, I'm pretty much sad today, but I'm still, you can see I'm still trying to, you know, be positive, but it's difficult. Today was a heavy day. It's not fun getting yelled at when you do a good job and you're just trying to hang in there. And every day is hell physically, and you get yelled at for no reason. And you get no apology. You get pizza. Okay. Domino's pizza. Not even like good. We have an incredible pizzeria that does vegan pizza. Even the dairy pizza is really good. I do a bit of dairy here and there sometimes. It's okay. Vegans, relax. A lot of you vegans don't know what the earth is in astrology. Does changing your diet help you become more calm? Well, that's tricky. It should. But from what I've seen, back to women who were angry that are doing the raw thing, doing the flat earth thing, Tartaria, you feel me? Speaking on porn. You know what? This is a really good point. Okay, I'm gonna go there again. And it's not to judge. I'm not listen, do you boo? But I have to call these kinds of women out. So you know how I do videos speaking about how there are women that are woke, but they're being very sexy still, you know what I mean, and flirty. So this one woman, and she's beautiful. Very strong features, been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? Likes to show herself a lot and give deep truth. And she made a video where she was like literally doing this. Okay? And she looked good. So I'm like, okay, this is a truther. I'm going to holla at you. I like what I see. I feel like you're calling for men. So I send her a message. I say, hey, you're beautiful. Are you single? She goes, yes, Hare Krishna. I said, can we possibly get to know each other? Shakti Shiva. She wrote a whole long reason as to why not. I said, okay. But I watched the video of the flirting. Now, after that encounter, I see her posts. And I'm not picking on this person. She's a very wise woman. This is a goddess. So, we're cool. But I'm watching her posts, right? Good stuff about bad food, meat eating, the Bible, astrology, flat earth. Then again, I see a video where she's literally doing this for at least 10 seconds on Facebook. She's doing this. And I'm like, what is going on? Raina, what does that mean to you? Because you're a woman, help me out here. What would you call this? I'm not judging. That's frustrating. You're dangling. Come on, man. You're not looking for anything, but come on. I don't know. That's the truth, not your flat earth, then, or your veganism, and the Illuminati. Okay? Tartaria, man. The truth is, you are black and white. You're trying to wake people up and then give us some sex here and there, but we can't get to know each other? Wow. Raina, what say you about that behavior? What would you classify that as? Just curious. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's a normal thing and I should just leave it alone. That's no problem. But I think I should talk about it. Because I'm a single man, sexually repressed. Yes, and teased a lot. Yeah. There's an actual picture of her. And now this is interesting too. And I'm not picking on her. There's no judgment here. Let's be clear. But I have the right to speak my damn mind. Damn is not a curse. Now, I did a video where I said, your personal truth is the truth. What did you go through? I think she saw that video. You want to know why I know that? Because her next post was her showing a bruise on her arm. She was beaten up by cops. And she rolled up her sleeve. But what was her face like? She was even flirting in the abuse picture. I just was like, what is going on, man? What is that? That's trauma, man. Are you marketing the fact that you survived that and you're happy? Or are you still trying to kind of get some? I just was so confused. She wants more donations, right? Or followers. And she's good at it. Women are rock stars with followers. Yep, they'll get thousands of followers, teasing, and doing being sexy. I have one friend right now. She told me on Facebook she got 3,000 followers, and one of her followers sent her a DP picture of that with stuff coming out. See where I'm going here? And she was surprised by that. And I go to her photo and I see her picture and I'm like, honey, I can see in the photo, I didn't tell her this. You're projecting something. Your makeup, you know what I mean? She's all like, I know what's up. I know what's up. So what's, like, be honest. And she complained about the DP, the D picture. She's like, why did I get that? I'm like, I know why. I couldn't tell her this. She'd get mad and punch me in the face. I always know the answer. Not because I'm smarter than you. I go outside. I had the light of the sun in me. It's a no-brainer. You're projecting sex. You like your booty. You like your breasts. You're probably good in bed. Right, Raina? You're probably good at that. Okay. You like that. And now you're kind of using that as a power. But we can't go there. You're complaining about a power that you are influencing. Wow. And you can't see it. Wow. A real man will see that and not want to have sex with you. We'll acknowledge that first, get to know you, and then we have sex if it's meant to be. Not just, yeah, come to my house. I'm going to go bump and grind and bled or boop, boop, pop it out, get it, ooh, hit it, choke it, yep, spank it, punch it, pinch it, ooh, call me a bad name. Whoa, wow. All right, that was good. Next one now. Okay. Now you know why you have low self-esteem. It's obvious. This is why I'll be single for quite some time. It's not by choice. Clicks and views. Using your vagina to get more attention. But when I acknowledge your vagina, you get confused. And you have a boyfriend. This one has a boyfriend. My friend with the followers, not the one that's flirting and woke and all that stuff. This is a different friend. Okay? Has a boyfriend who's good at his thing, apparently, because she talks about it. Okay? I asked her if I could hit her vape one day. She goes, nah, Jay, I suck ding dong. Whoa! It's like, okay, I was just asking for a hit. Didn't need to hear all that. I'm sure that when I've shared drinking cups from people who were gay, maybe, that I've probably drank from people who, everyone does that, basically. So I'm like, what does that mean? And why would you go there, right? Why would you use that? Just say, nah, I don't like people, you know. Okay. Why would you use that sexual term or sentence to deny me a vape hit? Because it's sex. Projecting. And we have a boyfriend. So it's like, and an angry one too, who's very jealous, apparently. But the boyfriend, apparently, he goes out always flirting. I hear it. She tells me this. And I'm like, confused. Because I'm like, okay, your boyfriend you think is cheating on you. I've seen her have a fight with him on the phone over this. Okay. And I'm like, wow. And it was nasty. It was like alpha, like gangster stuff. But it still stays with them. You know, and okay. But back to your woke people. It's the same thing. They're doing the same thing. So where have we come? The anger thing now. Back to the anger. Are you an angry woman? And are you using your vagina as a form of power and your sex? Well, that's dangerous. That is very dangerous. And you will get burned for that. And I don't want that for you. But it's not my place. It's your world. You can do what you want. But it's the truth, right? Movement. I'm telling you truth right now. Not Tartaria. Not raw food. And how to reverse cancer. I know how to do that. Okay? Something else is going on. Cancer of the sex. It's a disease to behave like that. Absolutely. To be teasing and putting yourself in situations where you're showing off a lot and getting men interested, but you got someone and you're not really interested, but you are interested, but you're not, and you are. And where have we come as a human race? We're not running marathons anymore. Just sprinting, racing, sprint. Oh, I'm done. Yep, I won. I'm better than you. Yep. But you can't touch my trophy. That's mine. Whoa, all right. Just wanted to hold it for a second. Okay. Interesting. Here's my trophy. Yeah, I won this. Oh, can I see it? No, you cannot. Whoa. You put it in my face. You see where I'm going here? Genius. Venus. All right. If you put it in my face, I will put the truth back in yours. This is a long enough video, I think. I'm tired and I feel better, actually. So thank you to my chat room. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shiva Shakti, Om. The light. Om, Ram, Reem, Ram, Saha, Suya, Yanamaha. Om, Chandra, Yanama. Om, Hum. Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. And by the way, women, today, all I did was lay naked in the sun, getting all that sunlight down there and in here, honey. Who's it gonna be, him or me? I'm being stupid, but for real, like, how many of you woke women actually solar bathe naked to remove all that drama from your past sexual stuff? I bet a lot of you don't do that. Talking that hippie stuff and food stuff and flat earth stuff and astrology stuff. Does the sun astrology hit your vagina or men your crotch to recharge and give real good energy when it's time to make love? I guarantee you they don't do that. You hear me? And that's where we live. And share this. It was water, not fire.